Hello, let's look at part B. So now we need to actually just find the velocity of the bullet before the collision. So this is a collision question. This is just a straight momentum question. Okay, part A is sort of the tricky part. This one is a little bit more straightforward. Now, if this was an AP test, you're running out of time, you don't have an answer for A, this is when you just pick a number. Okay, I know it sounds a little weird. But what I would do is if I just cannot figure out part A, now if you can figure it out, go ahead and try to do it and figure it out. I would just say, okay, B equals 1, I would write that down for part A, and then I would make sure I use this number in part B, okay? One thing to remember is that oftentimes you are getting points for taking this value and using it here, okay? So if you just get stuck and now write nothing for B because you can't figure out A, you're losing points on B that you do know how to do, right? This is something that you should be able to do, right? Just the sum of the initial momentum is equal to the sum of the final momentum, right? So we only have one object moving at the beginning, so this is my bullet, okay? And then this will be equal to m plus m vf, right? And so oftentimes plugging in from part A into part B is a point. So it might be 1 point for using conservation of momentum, 1 point for correctly setting up the conservation of momentum, 1 point for correctly plugging in, and then maybe a point for the correct answer, okay? So if you get to a question where you don't know that right answer, especially if it's a multi-step question here, just pick a number, okay? Maybe later you can go back and figure out what it is, or maybe this is just the end of the test, you're running out of time, right? But don't let confusion on part A mess you up for part B, is what I'm saying, okay? Even if this is wrong, you're still getting that point for plugging in that number from the previous step, okay? So I'll go ahead and erase that. The correct answer is that 3.1 that we found earlier. So this is going to be 0.009, right, grams to kilograms. And then this is what I'm finding, VI equals, I have 1, because my block is 1 kilogram, 0.009, that's adding, and then I will multiply by 3.1, okay? And then just divide by 0.009, that will give me my initial velocity, okay? So go ahead and grab a calculator and type it in, 1.009 times 3.1 divided by 0.009 equals, so we get VI equals 375.4 meters per second, okay? So that will be our initial velocity of the bullet before the collision. Okay, I'll go ahead and write it down here so we have it saved. Okay, and I'll see you back for part C.